Well, hello everyone. What is new? This is Vegetable, and welcome once again to my second commentary ever in this new um, channel that I created. Welcome back. As you guys can see, I am doing some Call of Duty gameplay. This is pre-recorded gameplay. It is a Gridiron on I forget the map names on World War II since I haven't played much. It is with a friend of mine, Joe, or Pishyful as you might know him. You guys can check him out. His YouTube channel is on the description. He's a really close friend of mine. We've never actually met in person, but yeah, yeah, he's one of my close friends. I can tell him anything. We game a lot. We um, we both love soccer. He loves Manchester United, and one Mexican player, because I am Mexican, played in Manchester United. So yeah, we get along just fine. Yeah, you guys check out his channel. I'll put an annotation on the video, or you guys can check it out on the description below. Uh, so yeah, what is the new purpose of me creating this video? The purpose of this new video is actually just to talk about my year. See, 2017 is coming to an end, and yeah, why not? Let's do a year in review. Why don't we talk about the year and how it was, in my perspective, and what I enjoyed the most, and what I didn't enjoy at all, which wasn't really much. I mean, it was a year where I did a lot of stuff. It was a year where it was the year that I traveled the most. I got a lot of new experiences. I feel like I really have matured. I mean, I don't really feel like I have changed much since I got out of high school. But if you look at it in retrospect and look who I was a year ago, yeah, I've changed. It doesn't really feel like it because you're still the same person. But yeah, the change is inevitable. And yeah, we'll talk about it. So I want to start off with things that I did in this year, that I had never done before. And that is, I have traveled before. I've really visited different places. I've I know a lot of places too. Like I had been to, I lived in the States for a while in my life. I also Guadalajara. I never really traveled around Mexico, and this is something that I did a lot more this year. I got to like know different places in Mexico, and it shows you that Mexico is a really really beautiful country with lots of places, and I'll get into it. So, travel. That's something that I did. We started off the year. The first place I traveled to, it was something that we planned since 2016. We've always wanted to go to Cancun, so we went. My cousins. Oh, by the way, I think I got a touchdown right there. Nice. Oh, my cousins and I, we always wanted to go to Cancun. So one day I was at work, and my cousins and my brother they met up in my house, and they started looking at travel agencies, hotels to go to Cancun or Playa del Carmen, which is like nearby Cancun. Cancun, the Yucatan Peninsula, all at the bottom, like the southeast of Mexico it's like all beaches, and it's really really beautiful. Um, yeah, we planned it ahead. We went in March, and we traveled a lot. We went to Playa del Carmen, which is beautiful. It has to have like the crystal clear blue waters, and I thought it was amazing. We also went to Cancun. We actually got to see Cancun. Cancun is more like tourists, so that's basically what you get to see more. Just tourists and people enjoying the place, like staying like at a resort. It's more like relaxed. Playa del Carmen, there's like more clubs. There's more like places to see, bars. At least from my experience. So we had fun there. One of the most beautiful places that I've ever been to, period, is Bacalar, which is a lake 2 hours away from Belize, and that's something that I'm proud to say that I was able to do. And like I said, I didn't really like I'm Mexican, but I've never really traveled around Mexico, so it was an experience. Great, it was a great experience to live. I definitely want to visit again. Bacalar is a beautiful lake. If you guys can look it up on YouTube, see or on Google, look at the pictures. But the pictures really don't do it justice. If you're there live, it's way different. So that my travels beginning this year. Um, then I also got to visit Mexico City. I went because my university I play chess, and they do two chess tournaments a year. One is for like a sports tournament when the sports get to go, so like soccer, which is really big here in Mexico. They also have the volleyball and basketball team. They compete against other universities, and they travel to a certain place, and it's like a gathering, and that's what they do. So they do one for cultural, so like dance and Latin rhythms. Like if you guys have ever seen you know. Uh, Latin rhythms, which is like salsa, um, what else? Cumbias. They all do that, and they travel. They do like a big show. Ballet. They like it's a cultural thing, and chess registers into both. It could be taken kind of like a sport and also like a cultural thing. So the one I went to in Mexico City was for a cultural thing. So I got to travel with you know people from my university. Got to meet new people from other universities that were traveling for this cultural event, which is really cool. And I didn't really get to see much of Mexico City. I mean, I wasn't there much, and most of the time I was there, I was competing. But it was a fun experience. I did make some good friends, playing chess. We also went out drinking later, and yeah, it was fun. Like I really really enjoyed it. And if opportunity shows up, you should never say no. You should always go and. And if something shows up, don't deny it. Go for it. You never know what might hit. Also, other places I got to travel this year was Monterrey. Monterrey, again, that was another for the sport one. It wasn't for the cultural one. This was for the sports. Uh, and in this journey, I actually did get to uh, know more of the city, and actually I got to visit a lot of places. One of which was the Parque Fundidora, which is the Fundidora Park, which is a park, like a big huge park. But back in 1971, it was Monterey Foundry property, and that it was a company where they would uh, prepare the steel or prepare metal to be like sold. So it has like a lot of historical places. You actually can see some of the old machinery there in the park, and you see kids playing around, and I thought it was pretty cool. I also got to see Santa Lucia, which is a man-made river, uh, and it goes around the city. So it's like kind of like Venice, I hope it's kind of like Venice, or that's the closest thing I could think of it to it because I've never actually been to Venice, but it's really cool. So you get to travel around it. It takes you from the Parque Fundidora to the center of the city, and it like there's also this big thing called the Macroplaza, which is this really big plaza, and it's really really pretty. So yeah, I got to see Monterrey, which is it's a beautiful place to visit if you're ever visiting Mexico. I liked it a lot. The people there are known as Regiomontanos, which are like people that live in the mountain region. And yeah, and there's no kidding. Like there's two, like there's it's all surrounded by mountains. So you look to your left, you look to your right. Monterrey is surrounded by mountains. It kind of threw me off guard because I'm from Guadalajara, so like seeing these mountains around when you're used to just looking at the horizon, seeing blue like skies, it kind of throws you off guard. But yeah, really pretty. I also got to try the food there. It's really known. Monterrey is known for its carne asada, which is really cool. And it's really really good over there. And cabrito, which is like a baby goat that you eat. Like they prepare it, and it's like this like huge thing. I liked it. I mean, I was expecting more of it, but it's good nonetheless. Yeah, and finally, one of my New Year's resolutions for last year is, you guys know as my last video, or people who know me in person know that I'm a big Chargers fan, and I had never seen the Chargers play live. So as a New Year's resolution, I wanted to go watch, the Chargers live. It was a goal that I set up at the end of last year, beginning of this year, and yeah, I got to. I got to visit, you know, LA at the end of this year and got to see the Chargers play live. And it was like a childhood dream come true because I've never really seen the Chargers. I got to see Philip Rivers play, Keenan Allen, Antonio Gates, which was it was amazing. I definitely want to go there again. I enjoyed the experiences there. I felt right at home because I'm a big Chargers fan. I got to see other people repping the Bolts with me, and yeah, it was fun. And this I say that as I just throw the ball outside of the map. But yeah, this should be the end of it. Those are my travels for this year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment if you guys want to see me talk more about what I did this year and my travels and all that. But yeah, this has been the Schleep. Pleasure doing these videos once again, and I will see you all later.